The woman had only spent one night in the haunted house, but the next second, a little ghost crawled out from under the bed. What shocked her even more was that they all seemed to know her well. Turns out, the woman was actually the queen of a creepy fairy tale town. Tired of the boring life there, she ditched her devoted boss, and planned to sneak into the human world for a romantic fling. But on her very first date as a human, she ran right into a manipulative guy. His ex had done way too many terrible things, so he got dragged into a horror game as punishment. He could only survive if he cleared the game, otherwise his ex would die in the real world too. So to find his ex a scapegoat, he forcefully dragged the woman into the horror game as well. But the moment she entered the game, she was horrified to see it was actually her hometown, the creepy fairy tale town. That instantly scared her to death. She had run away, and the boss was furious about it. If he found out she had returned, she'd never escape again. Thinking about how hard she worked to escape, only to be dragged back by that manipulative guy, she slapped him across the face in pure rage. Right then, countless players suddenly entered the game too. A bald guy warned everyone never to mess with the boss, and especially never touch the boss's woman in the fairy tale town. Otherwise, they'd all die horribly. He'd heard the boss loved his wife more than his own life. The manipulative guy thought he was smart for bringing the woman in. If they ran into the boss, he could use her as a shield, but he had no idea she was the boss's beloved woman. Before the group even recovered from the shock, the woman's old co-worker suddenly appeared. Seeing him, she panicked and quickly grabbed a headscarf and sunglasses to hide her face, afraid he'd recognize her. But he had already recognized her long ago. After explaining the game rules to the others, he pretended not to know her, and even deliberately arranged for them to stay in the old castle. But once they went in, the woman was terrified again. The castle's butler was actually her old best friend. Just as she was relieved she hadn't been recognized, she had no idea this was a trap the boss designed just for her, and the butler was only pretending not to know her. Then the butler led everyone upstairs, and started assigning rooms, but they noticed there were 10 rooms in total, 9 on the right side of the stairs, and only 1 room alone on the left. The butler told them to choose their rooms. Everyone instantly felt a chill. They knew choosing wrong meant certain death, but one girl thought that single room was the safe one, and without hesitation, she picked room 4 on the left. The moment she opened the door, she dropped dead instantly. The butler showed a creepy smile, and warned everyone, all rooms must be occupied before 8 p.m., and room 4 must have someone living in it. If they angered the owner of the fairy tale town, they'd all die. To keep things fair, the bald guy suggested drawing lots. Whoever pulled left had to live in room 4, while everyone else feared dying in that room. The woman was the only one scared for a different reason. The boss was inside room 4. Luckily, she drew right, but the one who drew left was the manipulative guy's ex. Time was almost up, and everyone hurried to pick their rooms, terrified of angering the boss. The ex panicked and begged the manipulative guy to save her, even whining that the butler only said room 4 needed someone. It didn't have to be her. Just then, the butler announced time was up. Anyone not in their room would be eaten by the boss. The manipulative guy panicked, sent his ex away, then shoved the woman into the room, and locked the door before running back to his own room. The woman, happy the boss wasn't inside, settled in to relax. But then, the butler pulled off her veil. She rolled away, but he saw through her act immediately, saying if she didn't wake up, he'd go get the boss. She jolted awake in terror. The butler teased her for finally coming back. 2 little ghosts appeared. She asked where the boss was. The butler said he was busy modifying the dungeon, and had no time for her. Hearing that, she was thrilled. Then the butler had her explain what happened in the human world. She had no choice but to tell the story. The next morning, everyone gathered in the hall. The bald guy was shocked she was still alive, and noticed she looked exhausted, saying the place must have been crawling with ghosts last night. She remembered being kept awake by them, and simply agreed. While he was still stunned, the butler appeared again, and, as a reward for her bravery, gave her a potion that could heal any injury. Everyone immediately wanted to steal it. The butler warned them the potion only worked for her, and would be useless if taken. But he clearly understood what the woman was thinking, so she added that it would still work if she gave it willingly. Everyone started offering her valuables, in exchange for a chance to stay alive. Right then, the bell rang. The butler reminded them to finish breakfast before 9. They had only 1 hour, so they all ran out to find food, but they found nothing in the forest outside the castle, and because of the game rules, everyone was starving. Time was running out, and the bald guy even considered eating human flesh. He glared at the woman with hungry eyes, but he had no idea she was someone he absolutely couldn't afford to cross.